So, hi Sue.
All right.
Welcome
Thank you
back
so
to the
much.
screen. First of all, I want to acknowledge and honor all the work that you have been doing towards the climate change conversations with the Climate Collaboratory. And you are an inspiration, an absolute inspiration. And the children that have been working with you, that you showed the a little clip of, uh, it was just beautiful. And especially the one child who got emotional, said, just give me a minute. And you could see how real important it was to him. So that was just absolutely touching. So we know already how important this issue is to you. Climate change, uh, correcting the problems that we as humans create for the environment. So we know already, we've got that heads up, that's important to you. That's very important to you. And you have done great work. But what I want to ask you is, what was the trigger for you to actually get involved and bring these things about? Because just, if you just sit and go, well, yeah, climate change is bad, and most of us will say that, that doesn't necessarily do anything. You're doing something. What was the trigger that created the energy for you to go forward with these programs?
Got it. I know the moment. I was,
That's what I'm looking for.
it was 2013, and I signed up for a course called Scientific and Spiritual Dimensions of Climate Change. I had always known about global warming, always. For years, I had known about it. In fact, I used to tell young people, your grandchildren will feel the effects of climate change. And there I was in 2013 realizing, oh my gosh, it's my grandchildren that are going to feel the effects. And then I decided that I needed to do this for my grandchildren. Let me tell you about the course a little bit. It went so deeply into the climate science, things that I had never heard about the real devastating effects that this could have if we don't make a change. And really, the end of civilization is what they were predicting. And so I thought, well, that won't do. And then they talked about the spiritual dimension of this and a coming together of the peoples of the world to take care of the planet and each other and live in a whole new way of life. And I had already learned about the Earth Charter, and the sentence that meant the most to me was, we are one human family and one Earth community with a common destiny. And at the end of the course, they said, so now that you know this, what are you going to do? And I think that's the critical thing. You always have to ask, so now that you know, what are you going to do? And what we did, this small group that took the course, we created the Interfaith Climate Group. And the rest is history. Here we are do the goal was set way back then in 2013, and you see where it's grown.
That's amazing. And just in thinking of how you have inspired so many people, the children that you're involved with, the students, and the people in your interfaith group, it's just amazing to me and heartwarming and makes me feel hopeful too. So, if you were to give your story a title, what would you call it?
One human family.
One human family. All right, I'll ask you now to turn off your video and I'll ask the actors to come on stage. Actors will see this story as a perspective. Let's watch.
Are we heading up or are we heading down? Are we heading up or down? Up or down? Which way we head is meaningful to all of us. All of us. Up down. Up. We need to head up. Up. Up.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was like that. This course was so amazing. It was so amazing. I learned so much from it. We are one, which we're one, all of us. All of us. You, we're all connected. We're all connected. We're one. And I learned that. And at that course, you know, the last thing they said, now that you know, what are you going to do? I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a lot of noise. I'm making noise, and I'm getting attention, and I'm going to get some attention on this. And I'm going to work with people. We're going to make a difference.
I'm only 7 years old, and I used to play in my backyard under all the trees that were back there, and then behind the fence. There were all these trees, and we had all this wonderful fun together. And then one day I went outside, and the trees were all gone. They were gone. They'd been cut down to make something. I don't know what, but all my trees were gone. There was nothing I could do. And I just cried and cried, and I still cry about it. I don't want that to happen to anybody else, any other children, anybody, just to have something wiped out without even asking you.
What are we going to do?
Up.
Thank you, actors. So, Sue, thank you for your story. And did that cover your feelings?
We got a lot of it. Yes, thank you.
Excellent, excellent.